we go. I have about half a kilo of chicken breasts, and I put that right on the cloth, like that, and I turn it over, and I make sure that that is well dried. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the chicken, and I'm going to cut it right down the middle. There we go. And you can see that there's a lot of fat around here. Now you can keep the fat here, or you can take it off. I leave some of it on, and some of it I just take off. So it depends basically on you. And I want you to go around and see if there's any bones in this chicken. This chicken breast is absolutely awesome. Okay. And now we have these two nice pieces here of breast, and we have these little pieces that were dangling from the bottom. So those we can just basically break up, repeat small pieces like this. And what we're going to do is to take the breast, and I want you to slice it right down the middle, or you can cube it, whatever you want. And there they are. And now they're ready. And we're back. We have our large frying pan here, and we grab some olive oil, about 1 tablespoon should do it, and we wait for the heat to come up, and we move that all around. And the heat's on high now, and we just add our chicken, just move it around a little bit like that so it does not stick. And temperature is as high as possible. If it sticks a little bit, don't worry. We'll let that go so it cooks on one side, and I will be back when one side is ready. And now let's check the chicken on this side, and it looks like it's done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it around the other way. Now we're just going to let that cook for about a minute or two. Not to make your life easy, we take 1 medium onion, roughly chopped, diced like this, and we put that in. Now we're not going to add any salt now at this point, and then I will tell you why. And how is that starting to look? Isn't that starting to look good? The smells of that coming out. And so we let that go for another couple of minutes. And now when you flip it around here, you see the chicken is basically a little bit less done than the top. And you grab 1 can of tomatoes with whole tomatoes inside, and you just put that on. Don't worry about the tomatoes being big. That does not matter. I like it that way. And now we move that all around. And we're going to let that incorporate there. And I want you to take the can, there's a little bit of juices in there, just add a little bit of 1/4 of water into the can just to clean the juices, like that, and you add that. And now you take a can of chickpeas, and I drained it all the way down till approximately about there, just to have a little bit of the water inside. And we move that all around. Now doesn't that start to look awesome? Awesome, awesome, awesome. You take 1 chicken stock or vegetable stock, and you just crumble it up in your hands like this, and just put it inside there like this, just like that. And then we just incorporate that into the sauce, and that will blend in perfectly, perfectly. And you can break up the tomatoes if you want, like that. If you don't want, leave them whole. It's your dish, not mine. Do whatever you want. At this point, you can even add carrots if you want to this dish. And now, I take 1 medium zucchini, sliced like this, and we add that in there too. And we'll stir that around. How is that starting to look? And now we're going to take some piri sauce, or any kind of hot sauce you want, and we're going to give it about a tablespoon. Squirt there, squirt here, squirt there. And we're going to put about ½ a teaspoon of honey. And to top it off, we are going to add about half a teaspoon of pepper. You can add more, you can add less, what you want at this point. And about half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Now you can add more or you can add less at this point. That's now on a nice boil, and we cover it, lower the heat down to almost low, and we set the timer for 15 minutes and we shall be back. Okay, we're back. Let's see how this looks here. It's been 15 minutes, and how is that starting to look? Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to lower the heat down to low, and you can see that it's still very liquidy. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to keep it on low, and we're going to slowly simmer it for about anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. And the reason for that is because I want to reduce the liquid. So, we shall be back. And now we're back. As you can see, the sauce has thickened up quite a bit. Now, if you find that if you put too much liquid and you find that the sauce is really not reducing, what I suggest you do is get some potato flour or some regular flour, maybe some cornstarch, mix it with a little bit of water, and then just pour it in and stir at the same time. That will thicken up your sauce. I mean, like I said before, you could do it your way. You can add carrots to it, you can add red peppers to it. Whatever you want will be fine in here. But you know something, this is the way I do it. Now, we're going to do the taste test. And again, remember, this is for you, not for me. So, let's get some nice sauce down here. And for me, it requires a little bit more pepper and a little bit more piri sauce, just to get it a little bit more on the spicy side, and just a touch of salt. And for me, that would be absolutely perfect. Like I said, everybody has different tastes and tolerance for salt, so you make it the way you want. This is the way I do it. I hope you enjoy this. This is everything in one pot. It's done really fast. It's about 10 minutes prep. And all I want to say now is thank you very much for letting me share this recipe for you. Thank you very much again for being on my channel. Please don't forget to sub, and I will see you again on my next cooking recipe. Thank you and goodbye from Poland and cooking around.